Hey guys, so recently I have been posting some sketches to my Instagram stories, and some of you guys have asked me how I make them. I mean, they are way more simple than my usual drawings and they take way less time. So I thought, why not make a tutorial on how I sketch? And I mean, I'm not really that great yet because I just started sketching like this, but I'm getting there. I'm really happy with the latest ones, so yeah. I'm just gonna begin with the tutorial now. So first I opened this photo editing website, which I have talked about before, but I will make sure to link it once again under this video in the description box. So yeah, I just use the shape tool and I pick the line tool, and I just draw lines where I feel like I need to, basically around certain features. So around the head, I frame it, and then maybe around the eyes, the nose, and the lips or mouth, because this will make a good grid. If you watched my how to make this sketch video, you will see that when I make regular portraits, I usually do like a full grid, but with this I only make lines in important areas where I feel like I need to, because it's much quicker that way. But then I just transfer all of the lines to my sketchbook. So this is just the technique that I'm using right now to get the right proportions. I keep switching up techniques to get the proportions, but yeah, this is my favorite at the moment, because it's just simple, easy, all that stuff. So once you have all of the lines, it will be very easy for you to just look at the photo which you edited, and then you can just see where you should be drawing all of the facial features. And don't beat yourself up if it doesn't look exactly like in the photo, because when I make sketches, that is not my goal at all. When I make my realistic portraits, I usually want them to look like the photo as much as I can make them do that. But with my sketches, I don't know, I just think it's easier to work with a reference photo than, drawing a face from your mind. So yeah, but I don't feel like I need to make it look like the photo. So when I want to shade and stuff, I just draw lines. I don't know if you can see here, but I just drawing lines following the bridge of the nose and all of that, and then I draw some lines across the nose. It's kind of different depending on which photo I'm using, which drawing I'm making. Kind of, I do what I feel like doing. I will show you a little bit later on in the video, like a different way that I sketch, or actually maybe two different ways. So yeah, but for this one, I just made simple lines. So here I just made some vertical lines across the cheeks, and then I made some lines on her tongue, and then I made some more lines. It may look on camera like I'm drawing them back and forth, and I am in some cases, but in some cases I'm just drawing strokes, kind of, like when I'm drawing hair, just in one direction. But yeah, these are just lines. That's all that it is. And when it comes to the hair and the eyelashes and the eyebrows, I'm just pressing harder with the pencil to make it darker, and I'm just making these messy lines because, as I said, it doesn't need to be perfect. I just do what I feel like doing, pretty much. And I recommend you to just, if you want to sketch, just experiment, because that's all I really did. I experimented by, okay, maybe I should make some lines here. But yeah, in the rest of the video, I will be showing you different ways that I've made sketches while experimenting, so keep on watching to see that. But basically, I'm just using one pencil for my sketches. So for my regular drawings, I use a whole lot of different pencils, but for my sketches, it's just this pencil that I'm using right here. It's just an HB mechanical pencil. I think it has like a 0.7 millimeter tip. And it's not even a good quality pencil. I mean, I like it, but it's not like the best thing out there. I have better pencils, but I like to use this for my sketchbook. I don't know why. Maybe because it's black and it, fits with the aesthetic of my sketchbook. And as you saw in the reference photo, she had black hair, but for me, the most interesting part about the reference photo was her facial expression. So I didn't really feel like focusing that much on the hair. I just made it very, very simple and very messy. And one thing I also like to do is to make the facial features pop. So to do that, I'm just making some darker lines around them. And for this sketch, I did almost the exact same thing. It's a little bit out of focus here, but I hope you can see that I'm creating lines, following the nose, just like I showed you earlier, but I'm also crisscrossing them a little bit. At first, I wanted to just create lines in one direction, but to be honest, this sketch I'm not really that satisfied with. It's not the nicest one out of the ones that I made. So I started by doing lines in one direction, but it didn't feel completely right, so I decided to crisscross them. Not that it made me more it made me a little bit more satisfied, but I'm still not satisfied with it. But then I did the same thing with the facial features to make them pop. I created some dark lines around them. And then for the hair, I also almost did the same thing. It's very simple, so I just created some messy random lines, nothing that special at all. And obviously you don't always have to draw faces, so I found this picture on Pinterest of a guy's back, which I really liked. I don't know, I just thought it was artistic. And I haven't made a lot of grid lines here because I didn't need that many to get the correct proportions, but otherwise I'm doing very similar stuff here as I did with the faces. So I'm creating lines, but I'm also crisscrossing them, and when you crisscross the lines, it will create darker shadows, which is really nice, and this reference photo in particular had a lot of darker lines. So for this face, I used a different technique. I am not drawing lines here. I'm drawing with the pencil back and forth to create the shadows. So I'm starting by doing a thin layer, drawing very carefully, and then I do like a second layer on top, or how many layers I feel like I need to make. This girl had a darker skin tone, so I thought it was very suitable to use this technique. I really like doing this technique when sketching people with darker skin tones. This is actually one of my favorite sketches. You can see the finished result in the intro of this video in case you missed it. And I did the exact same thing for this sketch, so drawing a thin layer carefully and then making another layer on top. Again, very, very beautiful on people with darker skin tones. This is also one of my favorite sketches. I think this one and the previous girl, like these two are my absolute favorites. And for the hair, I actually wanted to draw the dark hair, so I just pressed harder with the pencil. This obviously took a little bit more time than the previous hairstyles that I showed you, but yeah, I think it was worth it because it made the sketch look really nice, as you could see again at the intro of this video. But otherwise, that is all that I had to say. So this is how I sketch. I mean, this is how I sketch at the moment because I keep experimenting and I keep improving. I am way better at sketching than I was a couple of months ago when I started sketching. But if you like this video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also make sure to subscribe for more tutorials and more drawing videos. And thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in my next one.